Yes, so what did we say, friends? By practicing a lot, we can enhance our hand and brain skills. Now, normally we have seen the advertising tool, and what we can create with it is truly limitless. Friends, now let's make a small doghouse. What are we going to do while making the doghouse, friends? Look, we will draw this in a very simple way so that we can progress from the simplest to the more complex. Friends, look, I have taken the advertising tool now. Normally, how big is a doghouse? So I determined a measurement from this point in your mind. Friends, let's say I drew a square like this. It turned out a bit big, but that's okay. I lifted this up using the push-pull command. Look, I'm thinking very simply. Very simple, friends. The reason, or I think it's simple, is this. I can learn the program by starting from the basics and progressing upwards. This is the learning principle of 3D programs. Render engines are like that too, friends. You start from the simplest and move upwards. When creating the scene and the model, while designing, you approach it by breaking it down into different parts with the simplest way of thinking. This is also the way this lesson is explained. I'm breaking this lesson down into pieces so that you can learn better, friends. We are moving from the simplest, the smallest language, to the highest language. Look, now I lifted this part from here, so I marked the area where the dog or cat will enter. So, I marked the area where the dog or cat will enter. Friends, now, like this. I want to create a hole. Here, using the offset command. Look, how many centimeters should it be? Here, 10 centimeters. I want to create a hole. Look, friends, let there be a part like this. And from here, I'm continuing by pushing this with the push-pull. Look, I'm pushing it all the way, friends. When I get to the end, it says on face. If I leave it on face, the backside will remain open. I don't want it to remain open. I said Ctrl Z. I came back. I've come this far, friends. I left it somewhere over here. So I left it here, as you can see. I have another thickness at the back. I might also come across that thickness for now. Now I want to make a roof here. While making the roof, friends, look, I can use the move command over there. The move command helps me to move things, but while moving, look, I selected this block. With move from here, look, at this point, the end point, the midpoint, the end point. I held it from the end point. I moved it to the origin point of that axis. Look, I'm at the origin point, exactly. So, it's the central point of the work. This is the central point of the work. Friends, there is a situation like this. You must have seen it around you. When you use Lumion or other rendering engines, when you drop a file here, your file stays right here. And with this mistake, surely you will encounter it, friends. That's why I'm explaining it now. The fact that this file is here and appears in the rendering engine means that it's not at the center of the file. So, you come to center the file, you get closer. You took this part, friends, and dropped it at this point. Look what happened. It has now reached the origin point. Normally, I can use a few different methods to create a roof here, but the simplest method is this. Friends, I took the line command. The roof is that, the sharp first layer. So I drew the vertical part. Friends, look, I drew it, and it needs to go up. Look how it's going to rise. I selected this with the selection tool. Look, I came to Mula, friends. I caught it from the middle part and pulled it up. Did you see? I typed 65 and pressed enter, friends. Look, I've created a roof in a very simple way. As you can see, of course, in other projects we will model the roof in different ways, but in its simplest form, you can lift a part like this. So normally, when you draw a line from here, if you want to lift that line or do a push-pull on a part of this section, I'm showing it as an example. You need to divide it, so you need to divide it with the line command. Since a surface will already form in the part I divided, look, a surface is forming here. A surface is forming here. Creating a surface actually means breaking down the area I need to model. Look, I've created a club like this. If you want, you can combine the parts here and cut this section without creating any surface underneath. Friends, at the same time, there's this situation with push-pull. Look, I took the line command, I closed this part, I took this, I drew here, and I used the push-pull command. What was this variety, friends? If I left it on the on-face part, it was cutting. Look, it has cut here. Don't leave anything at the bottom. I have cut it. Friends, we've created a small model, like this.